The Bitcoin market appears to be about to experience a complete parabolic surge. We've only really seen joke coins and a few smaller projects gaining traction thus far, but in this video, I'll explain why XRP will be among the cryptocurrencies that gain the most from this institutionally driven boom. This is not my voice stating this again. I want to show you the major banks themselves, stating unequivocally that the way cryptocurrencies solve banking issues would upend the current system. This is a video that you should not overlook. In addition, I want to discuss something really startling that occurred earlier today in relation to Ethereum security. Gentlemen, I want to show you something that happened in our government earlier today that is seriously making me wonder what is going on behind the scenes. This is something that I never thought would happen. In this video, I want to start by discussing something that happened earlier today that has me wondering if the SEC may try to label Ethereum as a security. Now, for a while, on this channel, I had the opinion that the SEC wouldn't take this action, and the main reason for my belief was that the agency was deeply involved in numerous Ethereum-related controversies. I never imagined they would unearth their own tomb and effectively bring back to light all they had done with Ethereum's free pass in the past. It appears that all they would want to do is brush that under the rug, go on and act as though it never happened. Furthermore, why even raise the subject if your goal was to act as though it never happened? The majority of the market appears to have kind of moved past the SEC's assertion that Ethereum is not a security. However, I want to demonstrate to you that it appears the SEC is attempting to characterize Ethereum as a security from behind closed doors. The head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is speaking in this video that I'm going to show you from a congressional hearing earlier today. Folks, it doesn't feel like conjecture anymore. It appears that the head of the CFTC is aware of Gary Gensler's efforts to manipulate Ethereum's development process in order to turn it into a security. This is very startling. Pay attention, our registrants and exchanges that offer Ether as a futures contract would be in violation of SEC regulations rather than CFTC regulations if the SEC takes any action to effectively legitimize that decision, that is to declare Ether as a security. I am thus collaborating with Chair Gensler. We collaborate with his office. We're collaborating with the agency to make sure that any actions are well thought out, that we're informed, and that they are aware of the potential repercussions should the agency decide that Ether constitutes a security. As of right now, we must protect the integrity of our markets and recognize that because of the ruling that Ether is a commodity, these markets have been operating successfully for years. Now, the head of the CFTC is a very sensible guy, as you can probably tell from this little clip. This guy is really doing his job, which is to provide the Bitcoin market with clear regulations so that it can function as it should. I take it that this man has been performing his duties, admirably pursuing con artists, while simultaneously establishing guidelines that respectable businesses can adhere to, and he seems to be wondering what is Gary Gensler doing, based on the manner in which he's speaking. Ethereum is not a security, as your agency has already stated. How could you possibly walk that back? The SEC is vacillating about this ruling, behaving as though it has no consequences. Look, we already have these brokers registered as CFTC participants trading the Ethereum futures. The head of the CFTC is stating in public. In what manner will you walk that back? When you declared Ethereum to be non-securities, all of these industry participants assumed you wouldn't reverse your position after a few years. Guys, this merely serves to highlight the SEC's disarray. The SEC is doing a terrible job of safeguarding investors. Indeed, as this video footage clearly illustrates, the commissioner of the CFTC is essentially stating that the SEC would be acting to damage investors because these Ethereum-related exchanges have already been registered as CFTC commodity brokers. This is a complete farce. It also doesn't make sense to regulate the market in this way, regardless of what happened with Ethereum in the beginning. I wholeheartedly concur that the creators of Ethereum ought to answer for their initial coin offering. I wholeheartedly concur that Consensus sold securities at the beginning and that they ought to be held to the same standards as Ripple. However, it is absurd to think that Ethereum is a security in and of itself. As a whole, XRP is not a security. By itself, Ethereum is not a security. By itself, Ethereum is not a security. Furthermore, the SEC shouldn't be advising someone who changes their mind a few years later. It's a complete joke. Furthermore, it is a complete disgrace to everything going on in the U.S. that the chair of the CFTC even needs to publicly discuss these things. The one positive thing we can probably learn from this is that not every member of our government is Gary Gensler. Not every regulator is dishonest. It appears that several government agencies are aware of the situation and recognize the importance of adhering to sound guidelines. I can only draw one conclusion from this, which is that the SEC is completely insane. Now, though, I'd want to quickly discuss my thoughts on why I believe this market is set to blow up. As fascinating as it is to discuss the SEC drama, in all honesty, I believe it will not play a role in the future. They are no longer taken seriously by anyone. It's obvious that they are taking any action to increase their political sphere of influence. And based on what we've observed, they once had a lot of bite. They used to be able to truly terrify projects and destroy their market caps, but these days people just ignore them outright. Additionally, I believe that the SEC will be severely embarrassed by the 2024 bull market. Look at this directly here. $50 billion has already flowed into the Bitcoin ETF in the first few months. And people, I want to be very clear about this on this channel. It will continue beyond Bitcoin. The first step was Bitcoin. The institutions entering this market were those that use Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the organization that said, well, this is how we deal with cryptocurrencies, but they will eventually demand more. The phenomenal success of the Bitcoin ETF merely serves to highlight the sheer volume of innovative Bitcoin products that are yet to come. Guys, these large organizations do not adhere to maximalism. They don't claim that Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency. These large organizations are exclaiming, wow, our clients adore this. With these fees, we are handing them over first class. Which ETF is the next one? What's the upcoming item? How can we use blockchain technology going forward? And for that reason, folks, I have no doubt whatsoever that assets like XRP will appreciate in value. However, it doesn't end there. Look at this, since it will clearly demonstrate the differences between XRP and Bitcoin in this market. Guys, the term digital gold refers to Bitcoin. I take it you're calling it a collectible and inflation head. It's awesome. You can amass it as an asset. I own some Bitcoin. Whatever, a lot of people own Bitcoin. However, a lot of people own Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin hasn't been able to address the problems with our financial system itself. Cryptocurrencies provide the system with better rails. They provide a more effective means of sending money around the globe. Furthermore, Bitcoin won't be able to resolve that. When it comes to being a digital gold and inflation hedge, and a collectible XRP fulfills all of Bitcoin's attributes. Since XRP is deflationary while Bitcoin has a fixed supply, it really has stronger tokenomics or is a better inflation hedge in many ways. Hence, in terms of acting as a digital gold inflation hedge or collectible, XRP fulfills all of the functions of Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin will never be able to completely transform the financial system. I'd like to share a comment with you from Morgan Stanley, which will help you realize that I'm not simply speculating on XRP's potential for success in the banking sector. Not every bank is going to use XRP as some other cryptocurrency influencers have claimed. Pay attention to this. This comes from one of the largest organizations in existence. One of the most significant financial advisors in the world, Morgan Stanley has projected that by 2024, cryptocurrencies will cause a major upheaval in the global financial system. The international financial system is undergoing a radical transformation because of reliable coins and quicker means of integrating disparate payment methods. This is Morgan Stanley, folks. This comes from a major organization that controls the existing rails. Large financial institutions are beginning to realize that cryptocurrencies are more than just investment vehicles. It's not merely a buffer against inflation. Big institutions realize that the way we transfer value from one place to another will radically alter due to cryptocurrencies. Yes, cryptocurrencies, not private blockchains. Yes, cryptocurrencies, not private blockchains. Guys, this was the whole point of XRP, to disrupt it from the beginning. This is the location of XRP according to Ripple. In this new financial system that we are entering, this is XRP's main use case. Large organizations are aware of what's to come. They're stating it plainly. The financial system will alter as a result of cryptocurrencies, and XRP is the most suitable coin to cause that disruption. Folks, this disruption is going to occur quickly. Regulations have prevented us from progressing. The fact that the large institutions you know haven't been able to enter this market in the manner in which they've desired to has held us back. However, that is about to change, and it will change quickly. I think XRP will be a clear frontrunner when this happens. Lastly, gentlemen, I would like to briefly show you the XRP price chart, as I want to demonstrate to you how rapidly things can change after the extremely terrible red day that we had the other day. You can see that the entire bad day we had the previous day has entirely turned around, putting us back at the top of this symmetrical triangle rather than just repeating the same phrases. That's the great thing about this whole thing coming to an end. We are able to land on the bottom. Although we are now applying constant pressure to this upper barrier, we are still able to rebound to the top. Guys, that one catalyst is all we need. To make this thing rip, all we need is for one item to hit the market. I feel like most of the other coins are really beginning to gain traction. Even though XRP always takes its time to act its position, allows it to gain significant momentum quickly. And folks, it appears to me that Morgan Stanley will be correct. In particular, the cryptocurrencies that are actually altering the system will see tremendous growth. In 2024, XRP is ideally positioned to reap the greatest rewards. In any case, I want to thank all of you for coming.